Welcome to MTB Cooking. Today we're going to share with you how to cook stuffed zucchini boats with a beef filling, and they're super easy to make, so we'll show you here how it's done. First of all, we'll cut up our zucchinis. We've taken 4 pieces and we want to cut them in half lengthwise. After that, we can scoop out the zucchini meat and we just use a tablespoon. And here we actually want to remove almost all of the meat so that we are left with some pretty thin shells or boats of zucchini skin. Of course, we do not want any holes in the skins, so be careful there. We have kept all of the zucchini meat because we're going to add this to the stuffing that'll go into the boats. So first of all, we'll just cut up the meat so that it's a little more workable and we have smaller pieces of it. So we'll chop this up finely. And after that, we can start out with cooking the meat for the filling. So in a pan on high heat, we've added a bit of canola oil or some neutral tasting oil. And then we'll add in our minced beef. So we will bring this to a simmer. We really want all of the water from the meat to evaporate and for the meat to go nice and golden. So it does take some time to get the nice flavors out into the meat. We've also added a chopped onion and we'll add the zucchini meat as well. Here we would like for all of the vegetables to become nice and tender, so it's important to give 10 to 15 minutes for this mixture to cook on the pan. We've also just chopped up some cherry tomatoes for a nice red look, and we've added this to the pan as well. We threw in some dry basil and some ground cumin, and that'll add nice flavors to this mixture. We'll add in some minced garlic just before turning off the heat, and that's in order to not burn the garlic. That doesn't taste good. We salt and we pepper also. And what's important is for all the water to evaporate from the pan. That we cannot say enough. We have now let the meat mixture cool down, and in the meantime we will make a tomato sauce in a bowl. So we've added some tomatoes that we took out from a can, and we will now mix it with freshly ground garlic, with salt and pepper, and with balsamic vinegar, which will give this sweetness and acidity to the sauce. So we can use a spoon like this one to just gently mix it all together to a homogeneous sauce. And we add in a little pinch of sugar as well. As you can see here in the 2 bowls, we have let the stuffing cool down. We separated it into 2 bowls in order for it to cool down quicker. So we add this to a large bowl, and we will now add some eggs to this mixture. And that's actually in order to help the stuffing stick together. The eggs will make it more like into a mince, as you can imagine the way when you do meatballs, for instance, they will hang together a lot better if the eggs are incorporated. And in addition to the eggs, we'll add in both some parmesan cheese and some cheddar cheese. And these two, of course, they'll melt into the mixture, into the stuffing when they're cooked, and that also will help it all becoming a mass. You can say an entity. We felt like adding a little bit of breadcrumbs as well in order for this whole thing to stick well together, so we did that as well. And remember that you can see all the measurements below the video. So we took a nice large dish and we added first of all the sauce, so we'll have that in the bottom below the zucchini boats, and then we threw in these zucchini halves. After that we could add our ground beef with vegetables, cheese, eggs and breadcrumbs to each zucchini boat. And here we'll advise you to not put too much in one boat at a time, but see how far the mince will go. Of course it depends on how large your zucchini boats are, but we had enough for all of ours. We made 8, so we have 2 more on the side, as you can see in the back. And then at the end we'll just sprinkle on a bit more of the parmesan and cheddar cheeses so that we can have this nice cheesy surface on our dish. The other 2 we made in a separate dish. They were not lucky enough to get in any tomato sauce as we didn't have enough, but that was okay. We cooked this in the oven for 40 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius, that is 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And after that we have this delicious and very tasty result. The zucchinis have been perfectly cooked. As you can imagine, the boats or the outer part of the zucchinis has gone nice and soft without being too mushy. So that's a really great way to cook them. And then we have the mince in the middle with the cheese on top. That is all nice and salty, spicy, has plenty of flavors and a lot of vegetables incorporated in them. And then the tomato sauce either on top or on the side. We just chopped up some fresh basil to serve with. This is a really tasty meal. We really advise you to go and cook it if you want to give it a go. Of course, you could add something else than ground beef. It could easily be turkey or chicken or pork even. So the opportunities are endless. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.